Yeah, there's a current defensive player who did quite well this weekend that I think maybe should jump over another defensive player.
Yeah, well, we're in the middle of the show, so you could just say what you wanted to say there. The what you're talking about, I believe, is the man who played for Clemson, who played like 7 different positions, who is being casted as a potential linebacker, safety, D-end hybrid, which, for those that don't know, LaRon Landry was with the New York Jets. We signed him in free agency. We'll let Antoine Bethea go. Bad move, but we brought in LaRon Landry from the Jets. And when we signed him, I assume he did not weigh the weight that he weighed whenever he showed up at our OTAs. He showed up at like 260 or 265 or something. And it was not like a fat 265. It was a shredded, biggest human I've ever seen 265. And he wasn't there for any of the voluntary stuff, only showed up for the mandatory thing. So this is our first time seeing this man. We just paid a lot of money to. First time meeting him. And he showed up, he had a little bit of something in his groin from training, so he couldn't even practice. So there was conversations with LaRon Landry, and he said that he wanted to be a hybrid safety DN. So there was linebacker DNs. Obviously, that was before the outside linebacker position basically became a DN that has to cover people. But there was hybrid linebacker and defensive end positions. There was never a safety defensive end hybrid until that's what LaRon Landry thought. And I was like very excited to see how this would work. Obviously, the Colts weren't excited about the weight he was at. They wanted him to lose some weight, get back down to a safety weight, which I think he eventually did. But this Isaiah Simmons kid has a real chance to potentially just be safety, defensive end, outside linebacker. I'm assuming they could put him at Mike if he really wanted to. The guy is a freak athlete. 4.39 40 at that size is remarkable. And you can't teach speed, and speed kills matchups. If you're a guy that can play basically every position on the field on the defensive side of the ball, and you're faster than everybody, that's going to open up some eyes. I'm excited to see where he moves and how he moves up the draft board.
Yeah, 6'4", 240, 4.39 with a 40-inch vertical. The only comparison was really Julio Jones, and Julio Jones was 20 less pounds. Like
Peter Schrager, friend of the show, after Isaiah Simmons ran a 4.39, he said there might not be another player like Isaiah Simmons in this draft. I might argue. Peter Schrager, great work. We're friends with Peter Schrager. We like him. But that particular quote, I was like, I understand you can't just go all in on one person because he has to play it because he's an insider. He can't make anybody mad. There's nobody like Isaiah Simmons in this draft. There's nobody like Isaiah Simmons for a long time in this league. Well, hello there. Utilize the promo code PAYTHEBILLS and get $20 off your first order from SeatGeek. Now, back to the magic. He has the chance to be potentially very, very special if he ends up in the right spot. You're saying you think he should move up ahead of Chase Young. That's wild because a defensive end can automatically, immediately affect games. We saw it with the Bosa boy this past year. But can Isaiah Simmons put on 20 pounds and become one of the most explosive and elusive defensive ends in the NFL tomorrow? Yep. Could definitely do that. Could he bounce around and go back to safety? Yep, he could definitely do that. Could he be a nickel probably if he had to? I'd assume. That guy is a weapon. I'm assuming there's a lot of defensive coordinators out there that are like, yo, can we not get this guy over? We're thinking about getting Tua still. The Redskins defensive coordinators like, we're thinking about getting another quarterback. There's a guy that just ran a 4.39 and a potential generational defensive end in Chase Young. It's going to be wild to see how this all plays out.
My thinking was like with Chase Young, people have dealt with extremely good defensive ends before. With Simmons, you have no idea where he's going to line up pre-snap. Like, so I think you could game plan more to Young than you can.
In my head, while I was describing what he could potentially do, all I thought about was Troy Polamalu just going all over the place. And now I don't know if he has the instincts that Hall of Famer Troy Polamalu has, but man, that guy's going to be a weapon. This draft is getting very fun to kind of cover because you got the Redskins saying they want you got a lot of people saying the Redskins should take Tua. The Redskins camp allegedly saying that they potentially want him to come compete with Dwayne Haskins. Is that 100% just to get people to trade up so they can get Tua there so the Redskins can get a couple more draft picks if they want? That'd be very smart football by Ron Rivera and the boys. I'll be happy to see if that works out.